Go to AOEAH.com for your Apex coin needs. Use code DOG3 at checkout for 3% off your purchase. Link in the description. G'day guys, DYLIEDOG here. Now in today's video, we're going to be ranking every single heirloom that has released in the game and Sears heirloom on an Apex Legends tier list. But guys, at the moment, the channel is doing a massive giveaway for Sears heirloom, and all you have to do to get involved is like, comment, and subscribe. And a winner will be announced on the 14th of January, so get excited for that one, guys. But guys, let's get into this tier list. Today, guys, we will be doing an Apex Legends heirloom tier list. I'm sure you guys know how this works. The best heirlooms go up the top, in my opinion. The worst heirlooms, in my opinion, will go down the bottom, and then we'll separate them in between. Now, again, like always with these tier list videos, guys, this is just my opinion. But yeah, we'll get into it. Yeah, we'll start with Race heirloom first. So Race was the first heirloom dropped pre-season, which was in Season 0, way back at the start of the game. Doesn't have many animations, but is definitely one of the OG like items that everyone wants to get. Every single Wraith main wants an heirloom. I've usually put this one in S tier because I do like it. I feel like they need to give older heirlooms a bunch of new animations, and at this stage, Race heirloom seems a bit plain. It's very cool how you can flick it in your hand, but I feel like it's not good enough compared to a lot of other heirlooms nowadays, as there's really heirlooms outdo the Wraith heirloom because there's not really any animations with it. I think there's a couple of like, actually I don't even know if there's any sort of really animations for it. I'm going to put it in A tier for now because I still think it is a very nice looking heirloom, but I feel like it needs a lot more better animations to hit it in S tier. Next up we've got Bloodhound's Axe. Now Bloodhound's Axe is definitely one of my favourite heirlooms in the game. Again, the only issue with it is it doesn't really have many animations. I know one of the animations is Bloodhound will look at the little drawstrings on the bottom of it. And I do like the red effect that the heirloom does have. I think that does look quite clean. I feel like it needs more animations for Bloodhound's heirloom to be a top tier heirloom. So I think I'm going to put Bloodhounds in B tier. So I just wish it had some more animations. Like on sight, on first look at it, probably A tier for me, but it just needs some more animations to make it a fully S tier heirloom. Now we get to Lifelines. Now, if you ever watched these heirloom tier lists in the past, I don't really have a high opinion of Lifelines heirloom for the simple fact that in the end they're just drumsticks, and I feel like they could have done something a little bit better. Yes, they are electrified, and I'm sure a lot of I understand why a lot of Lifeline mains would love this heirloom. Just for me, I feel like they could have done something a little bit more adventurous with an heirloom. I'm going to put Lifeline's heirloom in C. Yeah, I just don't think it's really hit the mark for me personally, but I understand why a lot of Lifeline mains would enjoy that heirloom. Now we get to Pathfinder's boxing gloves. A lot of lore behind this one, as we saw in his Season 7 Fight Night trailer. I do enjoy Pathfinder's heirloom, but my only issue with this one is the fact that it's not really a weapon. It's kind of like painting his hands, in a way. Like, all the other ones are like weapons. Like, it's a kunai weapon for Wraith. It's a hammer for Caustic. You know, they're all weapons. Pathfinder doesn't really feel like a weapon to me. So I'm going to put it in C tier. Yeah, I feel like I'll put it in C tier. Next up, we've got Octane's butterfly knife. Now, this is one of my favourite heirlooms in the game. It may be quite small, but I don't think that really matters. The way you can flick it in your hand is really cool. You got a couple of animations, which are sick. It just fits Octane so perfectly with the stim shot that's inside the knife. I just love it. I'm just going to put it in S tier. Honestly, one of my favourite heirlooms that Apex have ever released is Octane's heirloom. And considering I don't even really play Octane, I'd almost pick this one up just because it's such a cool heirloom. It fits him so perfectly. Next up, we've got Mirage's trophy, I guess. I do like Mirage's trophy. I think it is quite cool. I just don't really see it as a melee weapon, per se. I think I brought up a joke in one of my last videos, one of my last tier list videos, that unless you're like at a party with like drunk off your face and you go hit someone with a trophy, I really don't see a trophy as a melee weapon. But on the other hand, it does fit Mirage so perfectly, so I'm going to put this one in B tier. I really do like Mirage's heirloom. Next up, we've got Caustic's heirloom, and I'm going to be 100% biased on my opinion of this, but I'm a huge Caustic main. I loved it when it got released back in Season 6, and I play him so much that I see it all the time. I love the animations. Probably my favourite heirloom animation for Caustic's heirloom would have to be the coffee animation. I'm not going to put it in S tier because I don't think it's worthy of S tier. I'll put it in A, but I know a lot of people actually don't really like Caustic's heirloom, and look, that's their opinion, that's perfectly fine, but for me, I just really love the design of it. Alright, next up, we've got Gibraltar's heirloom. This came out in Season 7, it probably wasn't received as one of the greatest heirlooms to ever be released, probably because he's such a big guy, and it's quite small. Everyone was expecting that it was going to be the Hawaiian mallet, or whatever it was that you see in his banner poses, but we wound up with this. When I first saw Gibraltar's heirloom, I was pretty disappointed, honestly. It's quite small. I was expecting something pretty big, something that would take up a little bit of the screen, honestly. It feels like it doesn't really for that. But Gibraltar's Heirloom has really grown on me. And one of my favourite animations for Gibraltar's Heirloom has to be the fact that you get to look at your shield. And considering, and depending on what skin you have for Gibraltar, the skin for the shield will change, which I think is a really nice touch. I'm gonna put Gibraltar's Heirloom in a high B tier, honestly, for me. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with putting Gibraltar in B tier, to be honest. I don't think I can push it up to an A tier, just because I like Wraiths and Caustics a little bit more. Next up, we have Bangalore. This is another one that I talk about in my other previous Heirloom tier list videos. I'm not a huge fan of Bangalore's Heirloom, to be honest, because it's so simple. They could have done something a lot better for Bangalore. Something a little bit more unique. I mean, look, I get she's supposed to be like the soldier. I get why they gave it to her. I just feel like it could have been a little bit more unique. I do think a couple of the animations are quite cool, but it just doesn't hit the spot for me. I'm going to put it in C tier. Next up, we get to my absolute favourite heirloom of all time in Apex Legends that have ever released, ever in the world or whatever. Revenant's Heirloom, 100% S tier. I don't care what anyone says, and I don't think I've seen many people refute that. It fits his character so perfectly. The animations are cool. It fits the screen perfectly. What else do I have to say? It just looks sick, dude. Like, get over it. Revenant's Heirloom is a top tier S tier heirloom, and I actually don't think I've seen anyone just disagree on that fact. Revenant is such a cool heirloom, S tier. Next up, we get to Rampart. Her heirloom came out in Season 10. Now, the wrench, I think, fits Rampart pretty well. Does have some pretty cool animations. Again, like Bangalore's heirloom, just not convinced it's that unique, if I could say that. I feel like it's just a little bit too on the nose, too obvious, and I feel like it could have been a little bit more unique for Rampart. I'm going to chuck it in D tier, just because I feel like they went a little bit too easy on Rampart. They kind of phoned it in, to be honest, but I understand why a lot of Rampart mains would enjoy her heirloom. I feel like it does definitely fit her character quite well. Next up, we get to Watson's Heirloom. Definitely one of the least popular heirlooms that when it was originally leaked, everyone thought it was a barcode scanner. I thought that was a pretty funny meme. I don't mind Watson's Heirloom on the fact that it is quite unique. The animations really do sell it for me. Her Nessie animation is so cute, so cool. I'm going to put Watson's Heirloom in B tier. I actually kind of like it. It's really unique. Love the animations for it. And I feel like this is when the point where Apex got to, if we're going to sell heirlooms, we have to make the animations super sick and the rare animations really cool. I think Watson mains would have liked her heirloom. Maybe not other people, but I feel like a lot of Watson mains would have been like, I think this fits her perfectly. Next up, we get to Crypto's heirloom, the Jicto sword. One of the heirlooms that got leaked probably a few seasons in advance. We had Crypto's heirloom leaked, and I think it's really cool. The problem is Crypto is so unpopular that it probably wouldn't have sold very well, the Crypto heirloom, but it's so cool. I really like the animations for it. Even though it's quite big, I still think it fits Crypto so well. I had to be green because the Crypto's like original normal skin. But it looks so cool, the way it like just folds back into itself. It's got like the codes written on the handle. It's also got the picture of his forever family. And I like Crypto's heirloom. That's an A tier heirloom for me. I do really like Crypto's heirloom. It's just, look, to be honest, I'm probably not skillful enough at the game to play Crypto to then go get his heirloom. So, to any Crypto mains out there, you're a godsend, you're a great player of the game, most likely. And if you have the heirloom shards, pick up the heirloom because it's fucking sick. Alright, up next we've got Valkyrie's heirloom. An heirloom that got leaked quite early on. I do really like the animations for Valkyrie's heirloom. The Noodles one I think is probably one of the best ones that's ever came out for an heirloom ever. The problem with Valkyrie's heirloom, and I think a lot of people, especially pro players have said it, but a lot of Valkyrie people I've seen have said this as well, it does cover up a lot of the screen when you're running around. For Valkyrie mains, it probably doesn't really matter, but if you're in like high tier ranked, and you've got to be watching where teams are. If you've got a big spike poking out in front of the screen, it'd piss a lot of people off. Because I know for one thing, Imperial How had Valkyrie's heirloom and actually took it off because it was just so far in the way of your screen, he had to take it off. But on the look of it, the animations part of it, I think Valkyrie's heirloom is pretty good. I'm going to put that one in A tier as well. Now we're getting towards the end. Now we're up to Loba's heirloom. Now Loba's heirloom came out last season and may have disappointed a few people on the fact that it's pretty basic on the look of it. It's just white with a couple of red claws, but a lot of the animations, again, that Respawn do dominate the animations department. Moipara, I know he does most of the heirloom animations, I would assume anyway, and he just knocks it out of the park every single time. And this is probably one of the heirlooms that I think is 100% saved by the animations. the heirloom itself is a bit dull. I mean, it's just a white fan, but I've seen all the animations for Loba's heirloom, and it does bring it up a couple of tiers. I would have put, if it was just on the heirloom alone, just on the way it looks, I'd be probably putting this low C, high D tier. But with the animations, I'm going to chuck it in B, because I think it does hold up on the fact that the animations for Loba's heirloom is just so cool. But finally, we're up to the SEER heirloom. So, SEER heirloom will be coming out in, a few days from now. So, we have not seen the heirloom fully, but I thought if we're doing a tier list video, we have to talk about Sears if it's coming. I do kind of like Sears heirloom, and we will get more information about the rare animations for it as it comes through. From what I've seen so far, the few animations we have seen, I do think it looks quite cool. The one thing I will say about Sears heirloom is because it is dual wielded, that has made it much better for me. When I first saw it and I thought it was one blade or whatever it is, I felt like it was pretty lackluster. But for now, I feel like Sears heirloom can sit in B tier, just for the fact it just looks a little bit plain to me. Again, if you guys have differing opinions, also let me know. But it feels a little bit plain for me so far. That's it, guys. Apex Legends Season 15 heirloom tier list. So in D tier, we've got Rampart. In C tier, we have Lifeline, Pathfinder, and Bangalore. In B tier, we have Bloodhound, Mirage, Gibraltar, Watson, Loba, and Sears. In A tier, we have Wraith, Caustic, Crypto, and Valkyrie. And in S tier, my favourite heirlooms in Apex Legends are Octane and Revenant's heirloom. Now guys, make sure to let me know down below what heirloom is your favourite in Apex Legends. And just before we end today's video, if you guys would like an extra entry in the channel's massive SEER heirloom giveaway, then just subscribe over on my Clips channel, which will be linked in the description below. But that is all from me, guys. Make sure to like the video and subscribe if you're new to the channel for your daily Apex Legends content. But anyway guys, DYLIEDOG'S, we'll catch you all later. Now as always guys, I just have to give a massive shout out to my channel members, and if you guys want early access to videos and exclusive content, then click the link below.